To actually become successful, the first thing you need to understand is the concept of delayed gratification versus instant gratification. When you are indulging into instant gratification, right? Like playing video games, watching Netflix, eating junk food, play, watching porn, scrolling on social media, doing in general things that you already know are bad for you. This is what is actually going on inside your brain. Your neurotransmitters, specifically dopamine, which is the neurotransmitter of motivation in your reward system, is going to be spiking. It will spike with each time that you do one of these bad habits, right? And this is your baseline. It will spike above your baseline and then will crash below it. And this will be your new baseline. You keep doing that, and you see, you keep going down and down and down and down. And that's why it comes a moment in which video games are not fun anymore. It comes a moment when just the junk food is just, you need to eat it just to feel normal. Regular food is just way too boring for you now. It comes a moment when you need to fap every single fucking day or you just don't feel normal. And then you just feel worse and worse and worse. And that's how you get into an addiction loop and a depression. But this is the thing. By doing those bad habits, you are sapping yourself out of your motivation. So you don't feel like doing the things you really want to do, the things that will bring you the success you are seeking. You cannot go to the gym, you cannot work hard on a business, you cannot read, you cannot meditate, because those things are boring as fuck. But the only way to turn it into fun things is that you do not have anything else fun in your day. What happens with them? They are delayed gratification instead of instant gratification. With delayed gratification, what will happen is that you got your baseline and you're going to dip below your baseline by doing the activity. Let's say, for example, working out, because it feels difficult, because you don't actually like it, you feel uncomfortable by doing it. But what happens then after dipping? You're going to go back, but instead of going back to your baseline, you're going to go back a little bit above your baseline. So you will feel a little bit better down before doing the good habit, the delayed gratification habit. And the more you do it, the better you'll feel. And eventually, you're going to just feel so fucking great just by default. And that's the amazing thing about it. That's how you stay off depression. That's how you build something for the future. That's how you reach success, by consistency. Of course, there are many things you need to understand first in order to shoot for success. First of all, this is the first thing you need to know. This is how you will get out of depression. This is how you will start building something. Then you need to have a plan. What is a plan? You just need a guidance for your day. You're going to build a timetable. With the timetable, you're going to organize your day. But it's not a random organization. You need these core self improvement habits in your day, right? Which are working out, working out for the body, meditation for the soul, and reading for the mind. And then on top of them, which is the foundation for your mental health, is going to be working on an important task, like a leverage task, the most important task for your business, the business that you're building, preferably an online business because it's scalable, or a high leverage skill that you can monetize, right? So once you have built your timetable, there's something else you need to know about it. Your the task that you want to do, right? You might not know right now what do you want to do. Doesn't matter. It's fine. You can figure out along the way. You just gotta start with something. Try something. To pick something that is going to stick, to pick something that feels purposeful, you need to first of all think on negatives. What do I mean by that? Instead of thinking the thing that you want from something, let's say drop shipping, you want a lot of money from it, you need to think about the negatives about it. You need to think, what are the bad things about this thing and can I handle them? Is that the kind of suffering I want in my life? For example, if you want to become a pro footballer, a pro soccer player, right? What are the bad things that will come with becoming a pro at that? There's a lot of training, a lot of dedication, right? Soreness, your muscles feeling tired a lot, right? Becoming famous and maybe people recognizing you. So if all those things, if that grooms some discipline, if that kind of if becoming famous like that is something that you would actually think, fuck, that's kind of cool. To be honest, that's something I would like to do. That's something I would sign up for, right? Then that's for you. That's something you really want to do. For drop shipping, for example, if you think, shit, let's say it's soulless business model, I would have to uh, make the web page. I would have to see, run ads, find a way to keep engage the traffic, and just connect this random Chinese company to dumb Westerners who want to buy that shit. Maybe that's for you. Maybe you think that that's not such a bad thing, that you really want to do it for the money. It can work. Some people have certainly done it, right? But for example, for me, this doesn't work because arbitrage for me is, it feels wrong. It just feels way too meaningless. So I'd rather not do something that doesn't feel compelling because I'm going to give up in the long run, because I'm not going to push that hard. If you don't find purpose in what you're doing, it's really hard to become great at it. So once you figure out at least something that you want to try and you want to stick for a long period of time, let's say at the very least 3 months or something like that, right? Then you decide, what's the high leverage task I can do about this that will get me to make the most progress out of it, right? Let's say for becoming a pro football player would be training and playing matches, right? And you make sure that's, or for example, for becoming a YouTuber, it would be recording videos, not even scripting them, not even uploading it, but recording videos is the most important thing. So you need to get really good at it. And what do you do? Just first thing in the morning, as soon as you wake up, you go and do the high leverage task. You schedule it, right? For at least, let's say, 3 hours. So you get into a deep flow state, right? Deep work, into a deep work mode or a flow state during that task. and then you go and do it first thing in the morning. Afterwards, you schedule the rest of your day, right? And the rest of your day should look something like this. First, your high leverage task, at least 3 hours, right? Somewhere around that, no way more than that. Just 3 hours is perfect because around at least one hour and a half per deep work block of time, right? Is perfect. If you can go directly for 3 hours, I do recommend it. But do not stretch yourself too much. Do not stretch yourself too thin with that, because at the beginning you might not be able to go that far. So you could do, let's say, an hour at the beginning, right? Or even half an hour if you're really, really, really down bad. But I do recommend you to assess correctly your situation, because if you place the bar of achievement too high for yourself, you're going to stress too much about it and you're not going to do anything at all. The first couple of days you might achieve it, but afterwards you're going to feel too tired or too stressed out about it to actually do it. That's because that's way too above your current capabilities. Instead, what you really need to do is lean just beyond your edge. A little bit more difficult than you can actually handle is the discomfort zone where you're going to be growing. Just like in the gym with progressive overload, you start building up more and more and more and more until the moment comes in which you can achieve, let's say, 3 hours of deep work. So don't don't go crazy since the beginning, because you that's like the fat guy who tries to go to the gym and tries to do a 2 hour workout, and he goes to the gym the first day and never goes back because he set way too high expectations for his current level of abilities. Just like in a video game, you wouldn't dare to go to the final boss when you are on level one. This doesn't make any sense. You're just going to get demotivated by trying and trying and trying, and you're going to just quit. That's a dumb strategy. Just don't do it. Lean just beyond your edge. And this is going to be your first block of time during the day, your main block of time. Afterwards, you're going to start scheduling the rest of your day. You're going to start scheduling meditation, working out, and reading. But this is the thing, reading, right? And watching long format podcasts, long format educational content on podcasts, right? Preferably visually, so you engage more with the content and you pay absolute attention to it, unless you're driving or something like that, in which case it might be beneficial to just listen to it on Spotify or whatever, right? But it has to be aimed at your self-improvement or directly to your business or the high level skill you're trying to develop. It cannot be entertainment. It cannot be about random stuff. It should be aimed at your main interest, at the thing that you really want to develop. Just the same with the books, right? You need to consume as much content about it. It doesn't matter that you're not applying it in straight away. You will realize that just by consuming content, you're flooding your unconscious mind with that kind of information. It's like surrounding yourself with friends, with fake virtual friends in books and in podcasts, right? That talk all the time about the same subject. Don't you think that will turn you into the kind of person who knows a shit ton about those subjects and is going to be able to perform way better on that kind of things, because you're flooding your unconscious mind with it? Because eventually you're going to start taking action upon it, and you're going to know so much, and you at the same time you're practicing already, so naturally it will spike the interest on you to actually practice it in that way. The other thing is the third part of the meta skill. The meta skill has three components. So to develop every single skill on the planet, you have three things you must do. One is practice. The second one is reflection upon your practice. So you think back and say, well, this I did it wrong. That other thing I did it right while I was practicing, right? Um, how could I improve? Or I should do this more, I should do this less, I should work around this pitfall that I'm encountering. And then you go and do that exactly. Maybe you can write it down, maybe you can think really hard about it and have in your mind exactly what you're going to do the next time. So you do that. And the third part is the theoretical knowledge that you apply to that practice. And this is what we're talking about. The biggest chunk of your day should be dedicated to reading and to watching educational podcasts, long format podcasts, 2 hours, 4 hours. Let's say Chris Williamson has a guest that talks about the subject you are in. Let's say business. Let's say he has Alex Hormozzi in his podcast. Go fucking watch it. You really need to learn from the people who have achieved what you want to achieve. So go and learn from them. This is how you build success. And it's better to spend 6-8 hours learning. That should be your basic attack instead of doing the bad habits. And that's why you're going to have this routine. If you want to take it to the next level, it's even better if you go and schedule your entire day minute by minute, every single thing that you're going to do, and do not deviate from it 1 millimeter. The thing is that the day should be fun and engaging enough so you want to actually do everything within the day, and it should be fun and at the same time productive. And that's the thing about learning, that eventually it will feel more and more and more fun just reading. You will see, just watching educational podcasts and long format content. You can even include interactions with your family. You really want to talk to your father, or I don't know, watch a movie with your girlfriend or something, even that you can schedule it. But do not go crazy with the bad habits. I'm sorry, I think I'm coming out. Maybe it's just allergies. I don't know. I woke up kind of with my nose is very blocked. But that's the thing. You go and do exactly that. And to stick even better to your good habits, there's another thing that you must implement: identity shifting. Habits flow from identity. So in order to be able to stick to your newly found good habits, right, you need to implement an identity shifting protocol. It's not difficult, you just need to build up your affirmations. Really simple. Build up affirmations consistent with the habits that you're doing. So you suggest to your unconscious mind that that's exactly the kind of person you are: the person who works out every day, the person who uh, works on his business, the person who learns consistently, the person who meditates, right? And once you do that, let's say I do have examples of identity shifting. So in my examples of affirmations, do not copy them exactly, just use them as a base for you to build your own affirmations. Your affirmations should be not only written by you, but also made in a very compelling way, in a very sophisticated language that you don't usually use. So it feels relevant to your unconscious mind. You're going to be reading them once in the morning and once in the evening, right before going to bed and after waking up. Why? Because those are the two moments in the day in which your unconscious mind is most susceptible to suggestion. And that's perfect because you're trying to rewire your unconscious mind. You're trying to suggest, plant a seed on your unconscious mind that this is the new kind of person you are. And each time you do those habits, what you're going to be doing basically is to cast a vote for that new identity you're trying to develop. The more you do it, the stronger it will become in your unconscious mind. And the more you do your affirmations, the clearer it will be this goal, this new identity in your unconscious mind. So it's going to help you a lot. You're going to feel a lot of motivation the first couple of days, from 4 to 7 days after starting your affirmations. You're going to feel like this rush of energy, this rush of motivation. Usually that's what I have found so far with my coaching clients. By the way, I have an entire self-improvement course that is completely free. It's called the Lion Racers course. It's probably going to be linked in the description alongside the Notion template that is also free, the identity shifting Notion template. Go for it. It's going to help you a lot. It's going to give you basically all the information I have gathered from running my MVP, my minimum viable product, as a coaching as coaching lessons. And it's basically almost like having me as your coach, as your mentor directly. It's over 6 hours long. It has a lot of information. You're going to have every single tool you need for success, for basically getting out of depression and for shooting straight and getting the best way into self-improvement. Actually, these new things that I just mentioned, these are kind of new things. The idea of chunking, making a big part of your day just for learning, right? Making that your basic attack. This is kind of a new idea for me that I hadn't conceptualized, and I hadn't conceptualized in the course. But I'm going to be making new courses and that kind of stuff. But that course is fucking perfect. You are going to find basically almost everything that you really need right now. Is so far the best thing I have done. But I'm going to make sure to keep making this kind of content, to keep bringing you new information as long as I keep learning more and more. I'm learning every single day. I'm studying every single day in order to be able to provide to you all of this. And also I'm practicing it myself every single day in order to catch the common pitfalls. And also my coaching clients are on this path as well, so I learn 100 times more from my own journey and from the journey of other guys who are my disciples. And if you want to apply to get into coaching one-on-one with me, just go to my Discord server, talk to me, and we can figure out, right? But yeah, that's basically the idea. I was going to tell you something else, but I just got out of my train of thought. So yeah, I think we'll leave it here. So remember to set high goals, to go for things that you really want, that feel compelling. Because if you have this small dick energy in which you want, in which you are very realistic with your goals, you're going to fucking fail, because you're way too realistic and they don't feel very compelling. Sometimes it's good to set sort of realistic goals that you can achieve, so you get boosts on motivation. But you should do it like short-term goals, right? And then have your main goals on top of that. And you need to learn how to connect your present moment. Sorry, your present moment, right? You need to learn how to connect it with your someday goal. That is included, I believe, is in the fifth or fourth module on the Lion Racers course. So you can go there. It has also like the resources in an ocean template, so organized there. You can follow along the course in there while you watch the entire thing. Is over 6 hours, like I said, 8 modules, and you're going to get so much value out of it, man. You're going to be able to fix your life entirely. So go for it, because it's one of the best things I have done so far, and I put it out just for free because I really wanted you to be able to access something that valuable that can actually straight up your life and help you. So make sure to check her out if you are serious about self improvement. If not, I don't know what the fuck you're doing in this channel. Just get the fuck out of here. But I know I'm talking to the right person. I know you are the one that is going to change his life thanks to these videos. And I'm so glad that you are here. And I'm so glad I can be the person who helps you do that, man. Join my Discord server. Talk to me. Go to the go to that. We also do some from time to time. I haven't been that active, but I'm going to make a commitment of being more active on the Discord server, and we're going to start doing more and more, just at least weekly calls, right, in there. So yeah, this group calls and that kind of stuff. It's going to be fun. We have done a couple already, and it's been very good. And yeah, like I said, remember to dream big, but act small and consistently. That's how you will achieve exactly what you want. That's how you will achieve success. You got already the entire plan laid out for you, every single tool. And if you want more, you can check the rest of the videos in my channel. This is all dedicated to that, to identity shifting, to how to become successful, to self-improvement the hardcore way, dopamine detox, just dopamine reduction throughout your entire life. This is an entirely new way of life. um just focus on that, and you will see how your life changes entirely. I wish you the best, man. I'm here for you. We're going to make it to the top. Trust me. Scope for every single one of the tools I have told you, and just implement everything that I'm teaching you here. Doesn't matter if you don't implement it right away. If you're just consuming content right now about self-improvement, trust me, at some point your unconscious mind is going to start breaking through, and you're going to start doing the things. I spent like 1 year before getting into self-improvement, like 4 years ago or something like that. I have been into self-improvement already like 3 years right now. um I spent one entire year just consuming content, just watching Jordan Peterson, uh, just watching self improvement, random content, and all that kind of stuff. And it was like sort of a catalyst for me when I found Hamza, right? That I actually got into doing the self improvement, because he kind of called me to action a lot. And in less than a couple of weeks, I started into self improvement, and after only 2 weeks, I was out of that massive depression in which I had been for more than, I don't know, a lot of years, 4 years or something of depression, since I was basically like 17 or something, from 17 to 21 or something like that. Bro, I was suicidal. I had no hope. And self improvement was the only thing throughout my day that I was just watching for an entire year in my desperation. And I felt so bad because I wasn't able to start doing it. And it came a moment in which I finally broke through. and I actually started to implement every single thing, and my life changed entirely, forever. Delusion, backed up only by words, is just delusion. A delusion backed up by relentless action. That's called faith, brother. Remember, duty, honor, and pride.